And now, the Charlie Hodge Rock and Roll Halftime Show, noon hour, starring the man who picked the wrong summer to start selling Naugahyde underwear, Mr. Charlie Hodge. Thank you, Randy, the announcer. You know, I forgot to talk about this yesterday, and there may be video of it, but there was a fight at a Godsmack concert. Did you read about this?
No.
First off, yeah, Godsmack is still playing shows, and two fans got in a fight, and one of the guys pulled out the other guy's tracheotomy tube.
I did read that.
A guy breathed through a tube, stuck into his throat, and I guess maybe the other guy thought he was Patrick Swayze from Roadhouse and was going to pull his throat out, but instead just yanked his tube out. It was the lazy man Swayze.
You know what it's called when you do that? When you pull somebody's tracheotomy out? It's called a Godsmack. She's Godsmack.
Now it is. Dude! That guy got Godsmacked! I've always thought I would have liked to have been in the room when they were trying to pick their band name. We need something irreverent in rock and roll. What about the Christ punches? No, let's go with Godsmack instead. So no to Christ punches? All right.
Christ puncher.
But I was thinking, surely, in this day and age, someone had to have pulled out a cell phone camera. I mean, when a fight breaks out, period, it's like, ooh, film it.
Oh, yeah.
And you get the gold of, did he just pull out that dude's throat, too?
God.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
and you know there was probably, like, residue that flung, there's got to be, like, throat goo.
yeah.
Like,
He probably said, help me.
Yeah.
All 911.
Matt.
Sorry. I'm not saying it was
Were you impersonating the man at the Godsmack show that had his tube pulled out?
a little.
Okay. Matt Gilly.
God, I hate that sketch. It's my least favorite sketch.
You don't like the Gilly?
Oh, my God. That's the stupidest sketch.
It really is dumb.
The same thing every time. Most unimaginative. Oh.
In other music news, my first, reaction is to call this douchey, but really I'm just insanely jealous, and I think this kid is having more fun than anyone else on the planet.
Ooh.
Justin Bieber.
Oh, my God.
When Justin Bieber walked the black carpet at the MTV Music Awards, he carried a small boa constrictor with him. He told anyone who asked that the snake's name is Johnson. Because I'm just carrying around my Johnson. I mean, kid's what, is he 16? That's pretty funny when you're 16. But
I guess.
And it just says, look, I can do whatever I want. Like, back there in the back, all those chicks, they're there for me. I'm Justin Bieber.
Where is his mother?
He needs to change his hairdo, though. He needs to inspire a whole generation to cut their hair. Because when we were on that cruise ship recently, like, there'd be like a pack of teens in Camp Carnival, and all the dudes looked like Bieber. They have these ridiculous, like, sweeping hairdos.
Yeah. And they're all going, we're going to stay up all night tonight.
But he's got a snake called his Johnson.
That's what he called it. And he kept poking his girlfriend with it.
I'm sorry, that's good stuff.
Come
That
on.
is good stuff.
You're 16, I guess.
Yeah, he's poking. Like,
I poked
Was he
with
doing the
Johnson.
eyebrows? Like, You get it?
High fives?
Huh? Anybody?
High fives all around?
A snake's called Johnson, and
I just poked my girlfriend. You get it?
Oh my God! Speaking of funny crap, I guess I don't know.
Okay.
We didn't talk about it yesterday, but the viral video of the guy reporting on Hurricane Irene, who's standing on the boardwalk getting sprayed with the sea foam,
which is raw sewage. That's
which
a nice
is
word for
raw sewage. I watched that last night on the old worldwide internets, and it's nauseating, and it is. It's unbelievable that it goes on that long.
Yeah, and you can kind of just see the moment where the guy goes, and now I have hepatitis.
Well, because I don't think he realizes it the whole time. There's a reporter, and you know how news channels love to send personnel out into harm's way whenever there's a hurricane blowing in. Put on a windbreaker and stand out there, get some sideways rain.
Yeah, if you can stand diagonally, that'll help us out a lot.
Maybe some debris will fly by and kneecap you. Yeah. I don't know. But they had a guy out on the boardwalk, I guess up in Atlantic City or something, and it's that New York Live. They always make fun of this show on The Soup because the male host is just an idiot dingbat, just a moron. Anyway, they're talking to their correspondent out on the pier, and there's this weird foam everywhere. And the wind's blowing, obviously, I think from east to west or whatever. So one half of his body is coated in this foam, and it's like this brownish gray foam. But, I knew going into it what it was because I'd already heard about it after the fact. But they're just going, what's it like out there? Well, the winds are very strong, and it's whipping up this strange sea foam, nothing I've ever seen before. And they're like, describe the foam. Does it smell like the ocean? He goes, kind of, but I got to tell you, it smells really bad.
It smells like the ocean if the ocean were made of poop.
And then he goes, it's just blowing everywhere. I mean, I got it on my face. It's in my mouth. It tastes gritty.
Oh, God.
My wife and I were going like, oh, God. Oh, stop it. Just stop it.
Oh.
They're just everywhere. It's coating the surface of everything. He's like, now it's in my eyes. And you're going, oh, God. Somebody, for God's sakes.
No job is worth this.
And it looks like he's at a foam party in Cancun.
Oh,
It's like up to his chest, and you're just thinking, that guy, forever. I mean, poor reporter.
Mm-hmm.
He just gets a lousy assignment, and forever, whatever his name is.
Friend, I don't know what you get paid, but it ain't enough.
Applies for a new job, even way over in Phoenix. Is that the poop guy? Yeah, it is.
What's up, Seafoam?
We now go to field reporter Plop Loggins. Plop Loggins, what do you see on the scene? Well, we're sliding into first. I had to do my recreation theater. Got a question for you out in the field. What happens when you're sliding into first? Out on the pier and you feel a juicy burst. Oh, coming up at 12:20, just a few moments from now, we will have Alex Jones and the Alex Jones Freedom Nugget. Because you can't stop freedom when it's in nugget form. But before we do that, I saw The Money Pit was on TV yesterday.
Great movie.
And I thought of you out there hunting for a house.
Yeah.
Have you guys been, doing your due diligence, making sure that, you're checking everything out, you're not getting hornswoggled?
Well, we thought we were. I mean, first-time buyers or whatever, so we don't know what the hell we're doing. We got a great realtor, but we have no earthly idea what the hell we're doing. So, we went and looked, and we looked at like 8 houses, and we found one that we kind of like. We were like, yeah, maybe we should move forward on this. And we look at an extended viewing of it, go through top to bottom, look at everything, and get home. We're talking about the house, and all of a sudden we go, hey, did you notice if there was a dishwasher in that house? And we're like, no, I don't think there was a dishwasher. There's no dishwasher in the house. We're like, no, we're going to have to wash the dishes by hand.
Did you make a chauvinist joke? It doesn't need a dishwasher. I already got one, right, honey?
Got a dishwasher. Named you, honey.
Is that right, honey? What's that? What are you doing? Oh, is that a suitcase?
So I guess I'll be washing some dishes.
I just want you to make sure you check everything out, dot all your I's and cross all your T's so you don't fall through a hole in your floor and start laughing.
My absolute favorite scene in the movie, though, is when the carpet starts sinking through the floor with him in it, and he pins his arms, so it's just his head and his chest sticking out of the hole, and he's got money in his hand. Like, hours later, she comes home, and he's made paper airplanes out of the money.
Surrounded by tiny money planes.
And then he's screaming about how horrible the situation is, and he goes, the Care Bears were here!
The Money Pit.
I love that movie.
I just got to chill. You know how, like, when you can just tell something bad has happened? I feel that right now. Like, the little hair, I feel cold and clammy. Like, I hope.
I have terrible news.
I mean,
porn production is shut down across Los Angeles after an adult industry trade group reported a performer tested positive for HIV.
That's what I was feeling. There's no porn? They've stopped making porn?
Yes.
My God, what will we do? Tell you what we're going to do right now. Talk to Alex Jones with the Alex Jones Freedom Nugget. Because you can't stop freedom when it's in nugget form. Alex!
My friends, I have several important giblets of news for you today.
I'll serve them up. Giblets, that's funny.
Right. Politico is reporting acting ATF chief has stepped down. He got caught perjuring himself. Once he did, he went public and said it wasn't just us. Under Department of Justice orders from the White House, from the president, it's now come out, they were ordered in the last 2.5 years to ship tens of thousands of firearms into Mexico to then be blamed on the Second Amendment here at home as a pretext to pass new gun laws. And it turns out that he blew the whistle. Not only was the ATF involved, but the FBI and Drug Enforcement Agency. And now the Miami Herald and other papers are reporting that the U.S. government shipped weapons to drug gangs in the United States, in Illinois, California, Florida, and other states. Let me say that again. The U.S. government shipping it in and allowing the drug gangs to then kill their competition because the other drug gangs wouldn't launder their money through big U.S. banks that have been caught laundering the money. The El Paso Times has had a 4-part series confirming that in federal court it's come out with the documents that the Sinaloa gang works for the U.S. government and the Pentagon and is allowed to ship in thousands of kilos a month of pure cocaine, and are given weapons to knock out their competition. Of course, it's a $500 billion a year industry for cocaine and heroin alone coming in through Mexico. Gee, you think the big banks are involved? Oh, you hide $500 billion under your mattress? $500 billion. So that's come out. Let me continue. I've got the CEO of Gibson Guitar coming on later. Turns out the feds told them why they've now been raided by SWAT teams twice. They bought totally legal, non-endangered wood, certified by the groups, by the Forest Guardian Association, others, followed all the laws. But now, under the Lacey Act, part of Agenda 21 UN laws, they can change laws now at the UN level retroactively, and they've declared that if you import wood to the U.S. and then work it into a gun, into a pocket knife, into furniture, or, this is even non-endangered wood, into a guitar, you will face 12 years in prison per count. Press release by Gibson. Gibson says wood is illegal even if U.S. workers produce it. Here's another headline. Gibson Guitar CEO raid by feds cost him $2 to $3 million. Continuing. CEO of Gibson Guitars, main competitor, is a huge Democrat donor. He's a Republican. And remember, if you're General Electric, you get exemption from the new carbon taxes, but all the other power plants are having giant taxes put on them, so they're exempt. And what did even Democrat Dennis Kucinich say? 6 arrested in latest San Francisco BART protest. They've also come out there and said you're not allowed to protest anymore in San Francisco. But here's what Dennis Kucinich said. He came out and said Obama's job czar, expert at creating foreign jobs, they used close to $5 billion of U.S. taxpayer stimulus money to move 3 plants of General Motors to Eastern Europe, China, and Brazil. So let me explain this again. You're paying tax money to have our factories moved. This is economic implosion by design. The globalists are waging war against America. Infowars.com and prisonplanet.com covers it all. Mr. Hodge, thank you so much for having me on, because you can't stop freedom when it's in nugget form.
Oh, my God. I cannot believe it. There's no porn being made?
No.
That was a jam-packed freedom nugget.
It was a freedom giblet.
We got multiple giblets. He smacked us with his giblets.
Yeah, we got lots of giblets.
We got the ATF guy admitting that we're shipping guns to Mexico to make it seem like our Second Amendment should be eradicated. That's our right to bear arms.
Yes, it is.
What if the English come back and start shoving us around?
It's quartering troops in our houses.
What do you want? Do you want to kiss the Queen's feet? Is that what you want?